Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
I believe the president gave a State of the Onion this week. Did he not?
He did.
Right?
He did. SOTU, they call it, Mike. SOTU.
This is usually the time of year where I do the State of the Union of the show.
Right.
And I am here to tell each of you, you wonderful listeners out there, that the State of the Mike O'Mara Show is as strong as it can possibly be at this moment.
Very good.
That's how I like to put it every single year, to let everybody know the state of our show is, because if I came out and I said the state of our show is strong. I feel like people aren't going to participate as much as they have in the past year.
Mm-hmm. Let me offer
That's
this.
the way I look at it. Offer whatever you want.
How about this? The state of the show is as strong as a classic bridge that is under refurbishment.
Well, here we go. The way I understand
in the process of being restored.
The state of the show is strong. We are getting some advertising, which is wonderful, and we're delighted with that, and we are happy about that. Pony, but I'm curious as far as our bonus show packages and the way our bonus shows are selling on the show. Where are we? Are we doing well? We've had a real push in January for this. Do I need to cajole? Or are people stepping up and getting our bonus show packages?
People are stepping up. They're getting involved, but there can always be more.
We always need more, Mike. We need
always more. Always huge.
What we want.
Always more.
We
and
want
thank you to everybody.
We've had, and we want more.
All right, so the state of the show is great. This is a thank you message to everybody in our listening audience. We are growing every day, and we're
This
thrilled.
is good news, people.
It is good news. And I will tell you, though, we don't grow enough, and I'm being honest here, we don't grow enough where we can afford passive listenership. We really.
Involvement.
And so I have to say, the reason our show exists, the reason our show is successful, and this I mean, I'm not doing shtick here, is because of the passion and the participation and the fact that if you people think for 1 second that we don't appreciate it when you get out there and support an advertiser of the Mike O'Mara Show, I will tell you something. It's one of the greatest things I can get because it means it means a lot, and it means a lot to the people that advertise on this show to continue advertising on the show, and that's what keeps us going. I just think I talk about why we're successful on this show. We're successful because the people that listen are participants as well.
Yep.
And I just say again to all of you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is what we want you to keep doing. That's all we ask you to keep doing is buy some of our bonus content and occasionally, when it's right for you, support our advertisers. And you've done that. Please continue to do that because it keeps us chugging along. And I really, I'm so grateful. I'm very grateful to our listeners. I always am, but I think it's important not just to mention it on social media, but to mention it right here on the show. So the state of the show is great, and we're chugging along, and very, very happy about that.
Have you had a change of heart? Is that a Seahawks shirt you're wearing?
No, this is not a Seahawks.
He's wearing Seahawks colors.
No, I'm not wearing Seahawks.
And Mike,
you know what?
Since your infections, you look a little underinflated yourself. I want to tell you.
Technically, yeah, you got the green stripe on that. That is the Seahawk green. But I should be, based on, we'll talk about Deflategate as we get into the body of the show. But right now, it has been requested because you support our advertisers, you support our bonus content. I respond to you, and there were a couple of people in the last 2 weeks that have mentioned they want.
We asked what you
we
wanted
asked
to
you.
hear.
You wanted to hear. You wanted a sugar glider update. Well, it's not really a sugar glider update. It's more like a Pony's tragic personal life update. Pony boy. Yeah, here we go. All right. And Rob gets to be what he is, which is OCD and. Smoke. That's it. All right,
He's got to quit this year.
Longest intro. Fun. All right. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Is it over?
All right, it's over now. So it's time for Rob had mentioned to me all week that we hadn't gotten around to it. Is there something to do with Pony and a dinner party.
Well, you see, the weird thing
Yeah.
is I have a hard time imagining Matthew having a life outside of this room.
Oh, I imagine
times,
it all the time. As a matter of fact, I'll sit back and reflect on it. I think really when I think back on it and when I really try to really reimagine what it might be, I think it's something like this. Yes. Hold on just a second.
Oh.
Another day. I crave action. But I won't be getting any action today whatsoever. No, you know what? I'll turn that Pony Boy
Because,
music
Mike,
down
here's the deal. A lot of times when I leave our Washington, D.C. studios, Pony is
Yes.
still here. And
Yes.
then I come back the next day, and he's already here. So I have a hard time thinking that he even left.
Do you think perhaps he's changed residences?
Yes, maybe he's squatting, baby.
Is there any betting under the console
There's
by
no
any
betting.
chance?
But he mentioned to me, and before we get to the sugar gliders, is that I just found out he has a regular Monday night supper club. Because I asked him if he could do something show related, and
Now,
he said,
is Monday Night Supper Club you, or is that him telling you
I
that he's
believe
got-
you volunteered the phrase supper club.
I don't think I said supper club, but it's
I think he did.
Let's see.
I think he did.
Right,
Because
is it
I
your-
asked him if he could do something on Monday, and he said, well, it depends on what I'm making for supper club tonight. I crave action.
Is this the next door
Verbatim.
neighbors from your old residence?
It's my old neighbors and
The Hansons,
three-
Mike. It's the
is that
Hansons.
the woman that you've desperately all your life
That's
wished to
right.
climb on. I know that. You know that. We all know that. Are they coming to the Super Bowl party?
I believe they are. I
That's
have
wonderful.
to
Oh, have her
double
wear a
check with them.
sweater.
I will do just that. Just for
Don't
you.
let her sit anywhere near Rob, okay, please?
Oh,
I don't
kidding me?
want Rob. I don't like to watch that. I think Rob is a great family man, as we've established. But
Sure.
when Rob sits next to any woman that is even remotely attractive, his inner HBS takes over, and he becomes incorrigible.
And you know,
He
you don't
truly
care for
does.
that, but you know who loves it is the lady.
Oh God. Was it Josh? Was it Josh Murphy? It was Josh Murphy's girlfriend
I
that you
don't
fell in love with,
I
right?
don't
You remember when you
recall.
fell in love with her?
No, I have no
And Rob would
recollection
be
of
like,
that.
and then it was it was the first Reno show where I sat with a group of 10 listeners, and Rob was up at the bar, and I was doing Rob's voice and what he might be saying. Yeah, Mike gets all the credit, but basically, I'm the engine that drives the show.
Exactly.
But and he's sitting there. It was just anyway. Rob is funny when he gets with the lady. So she's coming. Is the point I was trying to make?
Yes, she is.
Every Monday night,
Yeah,
sometimes
every Monday
twice.
Stop it. Behave.
No. So
Please behave.
You're right. Let's bring this back to the level that we're accustomed to. Will both Hansons be there, or will Mrs. Hanson be coming stag?
Are they?
Both
Are they
will
the
be there,
Hansons?
I
See,
hope.
that's where you got it up on me. They're the Hansons.
They're the Hansons.
Bop. Bop. So the Hansons are coming to Jimmy's?
Yes, they will. They will be. I can't
that's
wait.
wonderful. Well, tell us about. All right,
great
now back.
action.
Cue the music again. Tell us about your wonderful supper club.
Well, every Monday we all gather. Myself, my old neighbors, the Hansons, and 3 other lovely young ladies, and we all.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought this was.
Yeah, bitch.
But Mike, when I saw.
A lot of noises.
No, we're not going to boo that.
What
Really?
I saw when
Yeah.
I've seen him post in the past, I thought the average supper club guest was that of T.J. McCurdy, former intern. To
Did
the
you just
show.
say your neighbors, the Hansons, and 2 other young ladies?
3 other.
Three.
Three.
Oh.
3 other ladies. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome, man. I think that's fantastic.
Are
I'm
they
turning that
unattached?
music up.
Yes, they are actually.
Ah.
Oh, I'm stopping the music. Now I'm actually curious. I'm not going to play all this silly stuff in the background.
Yeah, come on,
Stop
Mike.
it, Michael.
Come on, Mike. We have
Pony, this
3
is
unattached
really
women and a Hanson running around.
this
his
is really
apartment.
terrific. So
Two
this is
Hansons.
a regular. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled beyond words.
No one's going to be accusing him of deflation.
Is
right.
this every Monday night?
Every single Monday night, we switch off between apartments, and we all cook a meal, and it's a lot of fun. We just drink and hang out on Mondays. You know,
What
yeah.
a great Monday! What a
I
thing
look
to look
forward
forward
to it
to.
every week.
Yeah, and
That would change the whole pallor of Sunday, where everybody, they're two. I've always thought about Sunday. Maybe it's from my morning show days, where
it's horrible.
Sunday at noon is when I would start thinking about the show, and it's just Sundays just suck.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Sundays.
It's the
As
worst.
people that know me socially know, my choices of friends were primarily from the category known as lay redneck.
Yeah, sure.
So rednecks love to party on Sunday.
Oh, because they get
rednecks
out
love
their boat on the river.
Absolutely. Rednecks love Sunday partying. Rednecks love Sunday partying more than anything else.
Yep.
And somebody said, well, why do rednecks love to party on Sunday? Rednecks love to party on Sunday because they don't have a job where Monday they have to really be verbal or function in that way. They might have to they might not have to put things together, but they don't have to really worry about, going in and starting a trial.
Sure.
Or any really elaborate surgery.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, they don't. They have to show up, and it's like, bring this up to the second floor.
That's right.
They're putting the drywall up there. That's what my friends. And so
some of them
really,
might say, you
Right.
may want to look at a different data plan.
Yeah, exactly. So for years, I would be the one that would be sitting there just going, "Yeah, what are you doing?" Well, we're going down to Pete's at 2:00, and Pete's having a barbecue at 2:00 on a Sunday. And I've been to weddings on a Sunday.
A Sunday
that
wedding
killed
is
me as
not
well.
acceptable. Not
Right.
acceptable.
So what I'm saying is, if now having a Monday evening get together
It's the
would
best.
be great. What a great way to set the table for the week.
And you just eat and socialize. And do you watch anything on television? He asked.
Oh,
me.
Rob, Jesus, are you talking about porn?
No,
No,
I'm not.
Sometimes it's
so
almost
are
porn.
these ladies are all?
He just said, he said sometimes it's almost porn. What do you watch?
Well, the Monday get-together is known as Anime Monday.
Anime Monday.
You watch that Japanese stuff?
That's Japanese stuff. Yes,
Oh
we're big,
my
big
God.
fans. Sometimes, well, no, not hardcore.
My God, this is growing hair.
Yeah, it sure is.
Incredible. So you get around with everybody and watch anime. Oh my God. Pony, has your social life been improving while we haven't been talking to you?
Well, Anime Monday has been around for about a year and a half now. It's something that I've
Started
been in
on. It started on December 7th.
Yes.
And
God. Oh my
Yes.
God. All right, Milton. Thank you.
Milton, that's a new one. Thank you.
Wow.
But the thing is, can there be any sexual tension when you make your odd Korean barbecue food and you have all these beautiful unattached women, and then you're watching someone trying to defeat the yellow Pokemon?
No, hold on. I disagree completely. I think that he's making food, which is erotic, which can be, you can have a sexy eating. Then they're drinking, they're getting their drink on, and then anime, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't anime have a sexual component?
Yeah, a hell of a lot of sexual components. Sometimes it's rather inappropriate.
Tentacles.
Sometimes, tentacles.
Yeah.
galore. Well, we don't watch
Tentacles?
that kind of anime.
Hold on. Rofo did you see Rofo? Rofo's starting to twitch in his chair. Did you see that over there? And he's
As
like,
a matter
tentacles.
of fact, we're lucky that we don't have Mac here today, because if we were talking about
jeez.
girls and anime, he would have literally exploded.
So,
Nosebleed right now.
you say eligible women? So, are any of these women a potential catch for you?
Yeah, I'd say there's at least two. And they're
Wow.
actually probably going to hear
I'm
this,
so
so I'm
glad
going to
this
shut
is-
up now.
I'll let you shut up. I will let you shut up. I will honor this completely, because if this is the path you're on, I am delighted with a capital D. This is awesome. Watching cartoon porn and drinking wine, I think it's fantastic. Isn't
You're
it, Rob?
delighted, and I'm horrified at the thought of tentacles. I don't know what that
There's
is.
no
Well,
tentacles in this.
All I know is you might want to get Oscar's chair out of the studio after Rofo's.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business. From the entertainment capital of the world.
4, 3, 2.
For God's sake, what now?
Who run Barter Town?
Damn it, I told you no more embargoes.
More Blaster. Who run Barter Town?
know who. Say. Master Blaster.
Say loud.
Master Blaster.
Master Blaster, what?
Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
Louder.
Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
Lift embargo.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Ooh, run, Party Town. Pony's favorite tape ever. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
He's weird, man.
Master Blaster. And doesn't he get carried around in a basket?
I
Something
think
like that?
so.
That's
Yeah, he's
terrific.
literally a basket case.
We are live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios from sunny Southwest Florida and our nation's capital. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, powered by Encore Insurance Services and heard daily for over 5 years at MikeO'MaraShow.com, online, on air, and on your mobile device. The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. And if you're here, you do too, and we are grateful for that. Our show today brought to you by Mack Weldon. We've been telling you about it all week. Mack Weldon, fantastic new company on the Mike
Yes.
O'Mara Show. They've essentially realized that underwear's been the same for a long time, and they
Yep.
wanted to make it better. They want you to upgrade your underwear drawer for 2015. Make a resolution to change your underwear. The guys at Mack Weldon thought that underwear could be made better, and they did it. You got to feel it to believe it. Once you feel the material, you'll know what we're talking about. Undershirts that stay tucked in, they won't bunch up, and they're cut so they won't show under your button shirt. That's great for businessman, isn't it?
Yeah, well, if you're a businessman, especially on a casual Friday.
Oscar's wearing it right now at
course he
college.
is. It's
Plus,
amazing.
the best socks in town, MackWeldon.com.
Hey, Mike,
Yes.
you know the socks?
Yes, the
Show
socks.
Show us your socks, people. When
Yes,
you buy
please
these
do.
fantastic socks, get a picture of yourself wearing your fabulous Mack Weldon socks. Put them on Facebook. Tag us in it. We want
Right.
to see them. We want to recognize you for upgrading your inner footwear.
Yes, when you're going to your supper club on Monday, put your Mack Weldon socks on
Show us
and
your
send us
socks.
a
That's
picture.
right.
We'd like to do that. Here's a special deal just for our listeners. Go to MackWeldon.com, enter the code TMOS for $5 off, plus free expedited shipping on orders over $50. Buy more, save more. Remember that name, MackWeldon.com.
That's right.
MackWeldon.
Boy, they're good socks.
.com. Okay, day whatever of Inflategate or Deflategate with
I call it
Bill
Bal-
Belichick and Tom
Balgazi,
Brady
Mike.
facing a Balgazi, thank you, facing the cameras yesterday. It continues to grow hair. There is no sign of this scandal letting up. They certainly did not help their cause. Bill Belichick.
Nice outfit, by the way.
Well, the outfit is the least of it. The
But
fact
still,
that
it needs to be mentioned.
he came in front of the cameras, and man, you better be a winning football coach with an incredible track record because you could not behave in the public eye like that in any other job. That
You're
guy
right.
is a dick
Yep.
with a capital D, and everybody knows it, and he knows it. There's a well, explain everything. Now you'll hear us refer to this on the bonus show this week because we were taping it yesterday. But I watched the full press conference after we got done taping that show, and he is just such an ass. And pretty arguably, he threw his quarterback completely under the bus, saying he didn't
absolutely.
have anything to do with it. And other coaches are corroborating the fact that he had that quarterbacks are the guys that deal with the equipment managers and the balls. It's just this is so funny. Isn't this incredible? It speaks to the news cycle of this week.
It does.
And
That
it
it's
also
the lead
speaks,
story.
Yeah, and it speaks to our society and what's important to us. The Bulls
Well,
are
you
the
mentioned
players.
Tom Brady, and again, when you're talking outfits, if you're going to have a press conference, Mike, wear a stocking cap. I think Eisenhower was the first person to put on a stocking cap for a press conference. But the thing that shocked me most, I think, is that Tom Brady, who on the field looks always so calm, so
Yeah.
focused,
Right.
he gets in front of reporters,
Right.
and he looks like he's a dummy that doesn't know the way out of the
Well,
room.
I think
like
that if he
deer in
hasn't
the
been
headlights.
if he hasn't been contacted by the NFL, he might very well be that deer in front of the headlights.
The way he looked, it might be that they tried to call him and he couldn't figure out how to answer. Because
no, he's not that dumb. That's your stereotype for everybody that's ever picked up a ball, is that they're dumb. He's a smart guy.
I'm sure he's smart, but he didn't come off looking too bright yesterday.
Well,
he should be more together than that.
Do you think it's bright, or he came off as just really overwhelmed with this, as anybody would be? He's still a young man. He's been in the spotlight for a long time, but the fact is, this thing continues, and everybody's coming out and saying that he's full of it. I mean, they're saying that they probably that he was instrumental in this, that the quarterbacks are the people that have this. And when they asked him, perfect Peter Alexander from NBC, he was the one that asked if he's do you think you're a cheater? And didn't he say, I don't think so?
And I believe
he didn't emphatically deny it. That's so weird.
It is weird. And I believe another quote was something to the tune of, I always try to play within the rules of the game. You always try to do that? Well, there's a book. There's a book that would tell you how to do it.
Well, it seems to me to be the way they've handled this, and once again, God bless the NFL, the way they're handling it. It seems again like, because this is all anybody saw. This is so the last thing the NFL wants anybody to be talking about. This is all they are talking about out there in Arizona. That's all they are doing.
This should be, especially after the season they've had with all the domestic abuse stuff that they went through, this should be a golden 2 weeks for the NFL to sit back and promote the big game of the year, the Super Bowl, and they should really be coasting. And now they've got this to deal with. They are not pleased. They are displeased.
The big story I will tell you, and there are great articles about it, is why Tom Brady hasn't even been contacted by the NFL. And that's the stunning one to me. Well, it just seems to me there's a school of thought that says they're going to let this blow over and get the game out of the way, and I think that's stupid. I think they can't do it.
If it's going to remain the lead story in the news cycle, they cannot ignore it.
On Tuesday, NFL, this is Tuesday, by the way.
Yes.
We're taping this show on Friday. NFL Executive VP of Football Operations, Troy Vincent, confirmed that the league is investigating a potential violation of the rules.
Hi, I'm Troy Vincent.
As of yesterday afternoon, and I'm pretty sure as of this morning, that process apparently hasn't included a sit-down with Tom Brady. And I'm stunned by that. I really am. I mean, because the fact is, they had a guy on last night with my favorite broadcaster, Don Lemon.
Oh, he's great. He's very good. Very, very good, yeah.
Don Lemon had two balls, one that was...
Yeah, he did. And, I don't want to be that guy because, and I said this to the boys before the show, if you have a juvenile sense of humor, yesterday was the greatest day on the internet for your entire life.
Will you have anything in the audio vault?
Yes, I do. I have
doctored,
lots of,
the doctored tapes that were circulating.
And some supers.
It's your job to do that.
Yeah.
I think we have to have that. So he's got two footballs on set, and one of them is inflated to specs, and the other one has been deflated like the balls that were used in the Colts game were. And he throws them to this guy and says, tell me which one. Thinking that this was just such a marginal issue that the guy wouldn't be able to. The guy tells instantly, which is the deflated football, and so it goes on and on and on. Here's the thing.
Oh, Don Lemon.
This doesn't exist. This scandal does not exist if the Patriots don't have a track record of this kind of behavior.
You're right.
And that's the way it is. And it's just put a little black mark on this Super Bowl, and also really I think the media is loving this because it's Seattle and New England. It's not really one of those super deluxe marquee matchups.
It's horrible.
And so we'll see what happens.
And you know what? And I hate to bang this drum again, but the media loves it because it's easy. It's easy.
Oh yeah,
it's a lovely,
easy. It's
easy
beyond
story.
easy.
I mean,
it's
the Super Bowl coverage is easy enough anyway. But now they're not covering, clam chowder versus Skittles. Now they're talking about which they would be doing, but now they're covering the fact that I don't know, the ball's underinflated. It's so easy, and they love it, and it's also a thing where everyone has an opinion, so they're flocking to it.
Let me give you the quotes from Brady. He said, "I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I have no idea what happened." Brady said at a packed news conference. That was yesterday. Then he was asked, I believe he was asked by Perfect Peter Alexander, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Now, in fairness to Perfect Peter Alexander, a guy whose balls we have busted before on this show, I think Perfect Peter Alexander is not a sports reporter, and he came down there
He's a real reporter.
He actually really came down there with to deal with it head on. And I don't know, the press is the press, but there is that aura of ass kissing that exists on Super Bowl week,
course.
where it's all the softball interviews, and now that has changed.
So to
and this
speak, because if it's underinflated, it's going to be soft.
I think it was perfect, Peter Alexander, that asked him directly if he was a cheater.
Yep.
And his answer was, I don't believe so. He says, quote, I feel like I've always played within the rules. I would never do anything to break the rules. I believe in fair play, and I respect the league.
But
It's
but when you say believe, you can lie.
Yeah.
If you work the word believe in, you can lie.
Do you think that we will have any kind of closure at any time next week before you and me and Oscar and the whole gang gets to Jimmy's?
I guarantee it. How about that?
You guarantee it?
I
Wow.
guarantee it. And you know why? Because the news cycle, if it's going to be determined is whether or not it's still high up on the cycle on Monday. And as
Right.
long as it's still in the top 3 stories on Monday, the league will have to answer to it. Because this is their, and the Super Bowl gets bigger every year.
Right.
This is why they do the whole season. This is the reason. And so they have to answer to it.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, it is Pooping by Flashlight. There's nothing I love more, ladies and gentlemen. It's an entire segment on excrement. And not human excrement.
Good.
You'll be happy to know that. But unidentified excrement found in the O'Mara wheelhouse. So I'll let you know what's going on. We'll take a break. Come right back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
This week on the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show.
The man who brought us Tootsie Rolls, and I didn't know they were based in Chicago, he has passed away.
Oh, hey, Rob, I think heaven's on the line.
Someone's calling?
How could I combine the consistency of a crayon and the flavor of chocolate so I could mass produce these little dog turd sized treats at a maximum profit? And I came up with that formula, and you still got them today.
You do.
Am I right
You do.
about that?
And
Yeah,
they're still
geez.
horrible. And you know,
Well,
you
yeah,
get the little
look,
guys.
you like you're preaching to the choir. I know that. There's some people that
Do
don't
you
have,
eat
you know,
them?
I don't, no.
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Bonus.
I forgot the name of the owner of the factory. but it was,
Melvin something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Melvin. Poor guy.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by On Deck Lending. Attention business owners, do you need capital to take your business to the next level, but you dread the hassle of a traditional loan? Your time is valuable. On Deck Lending understands that. That's why OnDeckLending.com's loan application process is simple and fast, so you can focus on running your business and not filling out paperwork and waiting endlessly for approval. I had a restaurant back in the 1970s.
Yeah.
You might have remembered that.
The Regal
And,
Beagle.
yeah, it was absolutely tremendous. It was Champions, and a lot of people know it was the 2000s, and I had O'Mara's restaurant. And the fact is, we, at one point, needed a line of credit, and we had to go through hoops. I remember
yeah.
that it was one of the worst processes that I went through when I owned that restaurant. I wish that I had had OnLending.com when I was doing this. OnLending uses cutting-edge technology.
On Deck Lending.
On Deck Lending, I'm sorry, to evaluate your business based on performance. On Deck Lending is not in the business of making you wait. They don't look at your personal credit. You will get a decision based on the performance of your business, and you will get that decision in minutes. On Deck Lending is 100% focused on their customers with dedicated funding advisors and customer support to make it even easier. Plus, On Deck Lending has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, and 93% of their customers would recommend them to a friend. Does your small business need capital for a growth opportunity? Don't hesitate. Visit OnDeckLending.com today or call 888-627-2904 and start the simple application process. It's waiting for you at OnDeckLending.com. That's OnDeckLending.com. Welcome back to the show. Whoa. Yes, the schedule with the O'Maras has been a little late the last few nights, and there's nothing really.
What have you been up
to? We stay out late with the little guy, and Mrs. O'Mara's on a protein diet, and last night was wing night. So
she loves buffalo wings, doesn't she? That's one of the reasons why
she is so excited about Jimmy's.
Jimmy's,
she really
yeah.
is. And she does love her wings. And there's a place down here, as a matter of fact, a place that we go where we took Jimmy when he was down here. It's a buffalo place, and they have incredible wings and great place to take a baby. But
I'm
anyway,
sure
yeah.
kids love bars. And,
sure.
And
Right.
we've traveled.
Absolutely.
You and I have both traveled
Yeah.
excessive with Jimmy, and every time he gets anything to eat, he says, "Well, sure could use some buffalo sauce."
Well, yeah, absolutely.
That's what he does.
If you find any watering hole anywhere in the United States that looks like at some point in its history it endured a flood, Jimmy will want to be there.
Yeah, I like
Jimmy,
it.
we were in Sturgis, and Jimmy came back. I hadn't gone to this place, but Jimmy said, "You're gonna go to the biggest, greatest place I've ever seen. It's fantastic." Rich and I were down in the. It's so fantastic. You're gonna love it. You're gonna. So I finally, I go along with it. And I said, "Oh, here it is. Yeah, you have to go downstairs." And that's always a good sign.
Fantastic.
So you go downstairs, and there is, immediately the smell of 40 years of urine and vomit just comes away. Here it is. I said, "Oh, it's very dark."
Yeah, it is.
Very dark. Yeah, isn't it great?
Yeah, he likes
thank
any
you,
place
Jimmy.
that has saxophones and game boards nailed to the wall.
But the fact is, his place is very bright and cheery, so I don't get it. That's a contradiction, is it not?
It is. He is a complicated man, a tapestry of different things.
So we're running a little bit late, and my number one chore, I have. Would you like my list of things that I'm responsible for
In
here
the evening or in the daytime?
at Cocoon Acres? I am responsible in the morning.
I know you wake up
usually.
your son, right?
I get my son out of bed. That's
Right.
my job. My feet hit the floor first, and I grab him. It can be 6:15. It can be 7 o'clock.
Right.
This morning, he woke up at about 5:15. We have a baby monitor that's got a little speaker on it. It doesn't freak him out, so we can get on there when he's stirring.
And you put do you put the Robin Joe show on that for him?
5:45, Mike. Michael Williams. Michael Williams, it's 5:45. Go back to sleep, please. Michael Williams, lie down, please. For the love of God, at 5:45. Your mother and I would like to sleep. I
don't do the talking. I actually, Carla communicates on it, but it's just like,
Michael, lie down, honey.
Oh, it's
lie
a
down,
two-way
sweetheart.
deal. It's a
Lie
two-way
down.
deal,
that he can talk to us.
and you can talk to him as well.
No, he can't talk to us. It's just a one-way communication.
Oh, okay, because
So
we
that's
had
what it is.
is it a video monitor as well?
It's a video monitor, yes.
'Cause we had
It's
the video
wonderful,
monitor
wonderful technology.
with
Absolutely incredible.
Julia, and I do remember she would stay in her crib happy for a long time after she woke up, but
Right.
she'd look at the camera, and because it was night vision, she looked like Children of the Damned because her eyes would just like glow, and I'd say,
Right.
you know what, we've got to go get her because I can't look at her like this anymore.
I'm actually, I remember when my other kids were young, we didn't have the video technology. We had the audio monitors, the
Yep.
very first audio
Yep.
monitors, and that was very exciting for Catherine because it was right next door to where we would keep the coats when we would have any kind of social gathering, and you could turn up the monitor enough and you could hear the neighbors are saying, And so a lot of times, like at the end of the evening, I would hear the wife say,
We're not coming back. I'm not going to go to that drunk a-hole's house anymore. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to. Let's go. Get the car.
that's
So whether it was the neighbors or the child, all you heard was crying.
Yeah, so I have to do the pickup of the little guy
Right,
in the morning. Then I'm trash duty. Trash is mine.
Yep.
And I put him to bed at night. But I get a free pass usually during the bulk of the day. I'm able to play with him if I want to. If I want to go out and do my own thing, I can do that right now. Mrs. O'Mara. We split the duties fairly well in the household, and
Does
we
it
have
sort
a
of
good time
fall
doing it.
naturally? I found that
Yeah,
after Carrie and
yeah.
I have been married so long, the stuff gets done, and we seldom have to ask each other to
I
do
mean, we
it.
don't have a lot of conflicts based on that because
Good.
we both love the little guy, and it's just the three of us, and it's a small house, and we're happy with that. But we decide that my job is to take the dogs out, and if we get home after dark, and by the way, the sun sets down here a little later than it does where you guys are. You aware of that? That's just another thing that I thought I'd put there. What the sun sets
Does it
up there,
have
what
to do
around-
with the geography, Mike?
It does, Rob.
Because
yes, it
you
does.
you're south of here?
Closer to the equator.
Yes,
is
of
what
course.
we
So
are.
and therefore it's warmer.
It is warmer. Yes, it is.
Do you
Yeah,
have proximity to water?
Let me look at the forecast.
Okay, all right.
I'll just do this to piss you off.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. By the way,
Let
they're
me do
calling
this.
for snow for us starting tonight and going into tomorrow.
But
and I
not the
think,
weekend we're flying up to see Jimmy.
No, it's going to be perfect weather. But
Yeah,
I do
right.
think that they're saying 2 to 3 in the western and northern suburbs. I think we're going to get more.
Monday's
I've got a weird
supposed
feeling.
to be bad too.
I think we're going to get more. That's my
Are
prediction.
you ready? Well, it's great. A weekend snowstorm in D.C. is fun because you can all hunker down
Exactly.
and enjoy yourself. So I hope you get one, and then it doesn't affect the morning rush hour on Monday. Are you saying Monday it could affect things?
It could be, but you know what? At 3 days out, they don't know
There's
anything.
more scheduled for Monday as
Scheduled snow,
well.
Mike.
Do you hear the tone of wishful thinking in Pony's voice? Do you hear that?
Well, yeah,
he's
because-
wishing for it. Yeah, but you know what, Pony? I don't wish for it to disrupt the show when I'm
No,
down
but
here.
I like snow and I like driving in it.
You know what
It's
he's
fun.
hoping is he's hoping.
It's fun, yeah. I'm sure your commute will be fun on Monday.
Well, what
Looking
he's
forward
hoping
to
for is to be snowed in at the Japanese porn party.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Oh, let's take a look. Okay, here we go. Florida, Fort Myers, a mix of clouds and sun today. Winds out of the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And, what's that temperature? Okay.
Oh, what? You don't really have much of a case there, do you?
82.
82! Jerk
82
face!
Yes,
You ass!
82. I have to, sometimes I could brag, you know what I mean? What the hell?
Yeah, but don't you ever miss a mix of snow and rain?
F no. I don't, not one little bit. I'll be in a good mood by the time I get to Jimmy's on Sunday, but I'll have to work myself up to it because they're dragging me up there kicking and screaming.
Oh, you're going to have a blast.
Well,
Are you
I look
kidding?
forward. You know what I look forward to, Rob? I look forward to seeing old friends at Jimmy's. That's what I look forward to.
Do you ever
seeing.
look forward, Mike, to making some new ones?
You know, if that happens, that's just a side benefit. By the way, we should mention it since we're talking about it,
Yes.
that we are going to be at Jimmy's this Super Bowl Sunday. It's now the big Deflategate scandal, which is making the game a little even more interesting.
It's gonna be fun.
Who knows who you're going to root for? Jimmy's Old Town Tavern, Sunday, February 1st. It's Jimmy's Old Town Tavern's 18th annual Big Game Bash. Come on out to Hernan for big fun, big screen TVs. Come on, everybody. And it's the best party in town. We will be there. The fun starts at 4 p.m. I might be there earlier if there's a hockey game on.
You know what I like to do, Mike? I like to come early and stay late.
I'm not guaranteeing. If I get there early, by the way, I'm not guaranteeing that I will stay for the entire game.
Oh, but I know you. But you always say that, and you always are the last one to leave every year.
Should be fun. Watch the big game with Mike, Oscar, and Rob. Be part of Uncle Dave's exciting free football pool. That's right. Person that wins every person that wins the pool, they're going to be a winner for each quarter. That's 4 big winners. Each one gets a tooth. Jimmy Cerrito will be there too, as one of Uncle Dave's teeth. Jimmy Cerrito will be there too as your ringleader for fun, and you'll recognize Uncle Dave because when if you come in late to the pool, you know he'll look at you and go, "Nasty, nasty, nasty."
As a matter of fact, people don't know that for 2 years Uncle David passed away. But
Yes, and
Jimmy
they brought
found
him back to life.
with a magic top hat.
Right? Yeah. It's incredible. Nasty. That's no fair. 65 years. Yeah, you want to know what Rob's laughing at? You got to come out to Jimmy's to find out. That's the way it goes. 65-cent wings all day. Dine in or take out.
Take 'em home.
There's one guy in there that has won the pool. He's done it 18 years. There's one guy that won the pool like 6 years in a row. He's got a necklace. It's incredible. He's got a necklace, and Uncle Dave is eating soup. Great food specials and the coldest beer in town. Reservations are recommended 703
Hey, when you get there,
435 Jim's.
when you get there, ask to see the reservation book. It looks like the calligraphy that you see when you go to the U.S. Archives. Beautiful handwriting. You got to see it to believe it. It's like
So
seeing the
Jimmy sent you a picture of his reservation book because he was so excited about how many reservations he's gotten more reservations this time than he's gotten in years past.
And you'll be
he's very
pleased to know
excited
that the
about it.
Moody's were the first person to reserve, but it looked
Barb
like
and Chuck. I look forward to seeing them. I love them. I love Barb Moody. Chuck, meh.
Nah,
But
I
I
know.
like Barb. I like Barb a lot.
it looks like the reservation book looks like the cryptographer's notebook in that Benedict Cumberbatch movie. And like, I have no idea how people can understand this book.
At Jimmy's, they've cracked the code. You can email Jimmy at jimmystavern.com. That's the email address.
Yes.
Jimmy at jimmystavern.com.
And please check out their Facebook page. They want you to and click like. That's a nice thing to do.
Okay, so and is there a page for the event too where people can say that they're going?
Yes, I believe there is.
There's
And
so
I know
much
you love
information
that.
out
I
there.
know you love those pages.
Jimmy's Old Town Tavern, where everyone is treated like a regular. They are located at 697 Spring Street. And this is an opportunity for me to say hi to everybody in D.C. I haven't done that, and I haven't been back in a while. And I look forward to commiserating with each and every one of you. And it's Jimmy's. It's a Big Game Bash. Is that what they call it?
Sure, let's call it that.
What is the deal? Can we dance around the elephant in the room here? Is it the NFL that says you can't use the term?
Yeah, but I think that has to do more with real radio stations than us.
Right. Yeah, but
because it's a network
So
thing.
you can't say the S word.
You can't say the S word in terms of advertising. As I recall the rules, you
Right.
can't use it in terms of promotion or advertising unless it's sanctioned by the NFL, but you can if you're just discussing it or talking about it like for the news. But since we're sanctioned, this is an event, if we were to be letter of the law, we'd have to call it the big game.
Who is Uber using? You're taking your kids? Are you taking your kids
the whole
home
family will
after
be there.
the game?
I think Carrie and I might come in 2 different cars.
Or who are you hitting up for a ride?
That might be Rob Ford. Who knows?
Rob, I got you. I call Rob Ford. I call Rob Ford for a ride since I'm drinking again.
Yes.
What just happened?
I gotta
Because
go.
you abuse the interns. You use the interns as your private chauffeur more than anybody in the world.
I gotta go with the
You
boss.
always use the interns as your private chauffeur.
Then, Mike, how about, do you want me to stay? I'll drive you. Would you like that?
No, I want you to go there and have a good time.
I like
Potty.
having a good time
I
myself.
want you to potty, honey. I didn't get to the poop story. I'll do that when I come back.
We will do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody's at my door.
Who is it?
It's a very old man.
Shocking.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, is he? I think I got this one. Mike?
Right there. Just drop. Hold on. Just drop it there. Thank you. Thank
Wait
you.
a second,
Guy
that guy-
looking through my window.
The guy at your front door, is he trying to organize a football pool?
I'm trying to think of the celebrity. Celebrity he most resembled, I S.U. not, was Floyd the Barber.
Ooh.
I swear to God. So long. Have a nice day. Bye-bye now. Bye. See you later in Cocoonville. Oh, yeah. Found a package on my door. Yeah, Amazon. Ooh. Yeah. Guess the UPS guy screwed up. Yeah. All right. Have a good. All right. Sorry. We'll come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Vegas.com.
Love it.
Be like Tom Engel.
Tom Engel.
A listener to the Mike O'Mara Show that loves Vegas.com and goes to Vegas a lot and uses Vegas.com whenever he goes. There's no place like Vegas. We know that. Nobody does Vegas like Vegas.com. The way to book in Vegas from the inside.
Yes.
You see, unlike other travel sites, everyone at Vegas.com is in Las Vegas. They live in Vegas. They work in Vegas. They party in Vegas. They know the people that set the deals, so the moment prices drop, Vegas.com drops them on their side in real time. Vegas.com saves you money on all the hot shows, tours, attractions, and VIP bottle service, too. And all the top clubs. You will get the lowest rate on your hotel thanks to Vegas.com's Drop Watch tool. Let's say your hotel rate drops after you book it. They'll tell you so you can rebook, and Vegas.com refunds the difference. It's that easy. Vegas.com has your back. Here is their offer. It gets better. Go to Vegas.com right now.
Please do.
Right now. And when you book hotel shows, even jumping off the Stratosphere Hotel, scary, just enter the code TMOS in the promo box at checkout and get an extra 10% off everything but air hotel packages. That's Vegas.com, and get your bonus savings with our secret code TMOS. Vegas.com, the only place you can get insider information for the Vegas trip of your life. And this time of year, baby, that's the time to go
It's the time to go
Vegas.
because it's the weather out there
Great
is
time.
fantastic.
Go enjoy yourself.
We were
Make
there,
some money.
I believe, 1 year ago today. We might have been there.
Yes, and I don't remember most of it.
No, but all the paperwork points that way.
Yes, it seems to. Back to the dogs. So my job when it's late, I have to take the dogs out, and they poop by a flashlight, and it's just
That's
terrible.
when you say it, it sounds so romantic.
Well, one of the big offenses in Cocoonville is leaving your dog's issue on the lawns
Refuse.
around here, and that's really how you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Now,
They
so
don't like scat.
Well, my problem was they don't care for dog scat.
No, they
dog scat
don't.
doesn't work down here. So what I do is, the first time I went out there, skip it up, coming out of the dog's big butt. So I went out the first time without a flashlight, and I realized Frankie, with his microscopic turds that come out of his tiny little chihuahua butt,
Yes.
you can't see him. And it's like, I'll see Frankie squatting, and then I walked over to the general vicinity where he was, and I'm done. I can't see anything. So I started to use the flashlight.
Now, you are,
so that I
a lot
could
of people
find them.
don't know this. You are a flashlight junkie.
Yes.
You love flashlights. What's the best flashlight for this tool? You don't use the headband one, do you?
No, I use... what a great idea.
See, aren't you glad I came to work today?
What a great idea. That is fantastic.
And the
I'm gonna
neighbors
do
will
that,
love
Rob.
watching that.
Well, Rob, now I've got, in order for me to poop,
What's that? For me to poop
to
on?
have the dogs poop by flashlight, I have
Pooping by
to
flashlight.
I have to hold the flashlight, I have to hold 2 leashes, and I have to hold the plastic poop bag in my hand, and it's a tad cumbersome.
Now, do you have? I've got a really long leash lead for Linus that actually has a dispenser built in the handle.
Yeah, well, that's
you
nothing
have
new.
that.
That's nothing new. That's a
Okay,
brand new.
so you have that,
it's
but
the,
that
it's
doesn't
the
help you.
extender lead. That's what we have. So that
Okay,
the dog,
all right.
So the little dogs that do, it's not like the old days when I was a kid when all the dogs were on a choke chain.
That's right.
Yeah,
Well,
choke
when
chain.
you were a kid, most of the dogs were just running around in packs, weren't they?
Trying to get away from the T-Rex. So I'm balancing this, and it's cumbersome. So I think the idea. I don't care if I look dorky down here. I don't care if I look dorky at all. I will have the headband on my if we have them. I don't know if they made it through the move. I'm not sure. We might have given them away in a yard sale.
Oh, you know
I'm
what?
not sure.
Amazon has them because I got my dad one for Christmas.
They are phenomenal.
They are so. If you're doing stuff like where I have one and I use it. If you're doing stuff with like your water heater and you need to like get down and behind something, it's magical because there's
you know
light
what,
where
Rob?
you look.
Those coal miners had the right idea, didn't they?
Yeah, but also when you go out with the dogs, you should have a canary on your shoulder. Just
It's
in
really
case.
having the flashlight on your head. Surgeons do it. Dentists do it. Why can't I do it? So it's just a pain. and it's
Because
juggling.
you are the scat surgeon.
I have dropped the leash, I have dropped the flashlight, and I have dropped the poop bag all at one time. So I'm glad I might actually do that this morning on my little trip out because my chore is to take them out for their morning dumperoo.
Yeah.
I noticed there was poo on their little walkway. Now, this is where dogs would normally go. However, my question would be, and this goes to Sugar Glider Man himself, Pony Boy,
Yes, Matthew.
Supper Club Pony Boy, this was dark black and extremely narrow. Like perhaps it wasn't. If that was a dog's poop, that would be a dog that wasn't being taken care of. And we don't have dogs that aren't taken care of in this neighborhood. It doesn't exist.
Could it be now? When you say walkway, is it like a path?
There is right next to the street. There's a hedgerow that comes out. And
Okay.
it was right on the corner, and they were narrow and they were long. I really, you know what? Next time I'll bring the camera and I will photograph it.
Excellent.
And if it's still there, because some people are really responsible. Like me, I wasn't going to pick it up because I don't know what kind of cholera is in that type of poo, and I was worried about doing that. So I will check it out. But it's not.
Do you think
the
it could be-
demeaning
do you have
task
deer?
of picking up poop is bad enough?
Do you have deer?
but those are
I
like
don't think
pellets.
I don't think we could get deer in this name.
What if it was a
Yeah,
deer
those would
that
be
had
pellets. It's not- it
bad
wouldn't be
colon?
long.
I don't think so. Usually when it's dark black, it's some kind of carnivore because that's
Well, it's
what,
blood.
An alligator.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Some sort
Well,
of
then that
lizard.
confirms. Well, that's the last we'll say on it, but that confirms my suspicion then of what I think I know exactly who it was. It was one of the neighbors.
And if it was Mike, if it was
one of
slender
our
and dark
neighbors
black,
that has a-
it's not someone who's well.
Yeah. Well, it's not something I don't have to worry. Based on the way the poo looked, it doesn't. I won't have to be worrying about it for long. I think
right.
it's going to be fine.
You go ahead and start figuring out what flowers you want to send. Orchids are always nice.
Yeah,
They're
now-
classic.
I kid because I love, but I want to take this opportunity to congratulate 2 people. First of all,
Thank
I
you.
would like to congratulate my daughter Catherine. My daughter Catherine, who has been cast in the play Desdemona.
Now, what is that play? I don't know that play.
That is a Shakespearean play.
Is it?
Desdemona. And yes, it is a Shakespearean play. Let me give you the text that I got at like 1 o'clock in the morning. College time. That's
Sure.
when they're, texting
That's when Shakespeare
in the
wrote.
wee hours of the morning. Let me see here. I just got a lead role in a studio show. I got Desdemona in Desdemona.
Oh, the title
she's
role.
The lead. She got the title role. I said, I'm thrilled for you. I'll call you later. And then I wiki Desdemona. I see that it is a Shakespearean play about a beautiful woman who disappoints and enrages her father.
Oh dear. So it's obviously it's a tragedy. It's not a comedy. It's a tragedy.
Well, I thought it was Shakespeare, and then she writes back, I said, I'm thrilled for you. I'll call you later. Should I be concerned that Desdemona is a beauty who disappoints her father? She writes back, well, this is a spinoff where she's a total slut. That's it. Yes, sir. So, it's called
Now, when you
Desdemona.
say it's a studio play,
It's
does
a play
that-
about a handkerchief. That's all I got from my daughter. It's a play about a handkerchief.
Sounds great. Good plot. The thing is that you say it's a studio production. Does that mean it's a smaller play and it'll be like in a smaller theater?
She didn't get. God, what was the big one that she was auditioning for? Lady Windermere's something. Lady Windermere. You're the theater arts guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Lady
like,
Windermere.
What are they doing?
Something.
Stuff in the public domain? I've never heard of these plays.
No, it's Oscar Wilde, Rob. It's it's a well known.
And
she didn't get the big role in that. She was crestfallen.
Well,
she's
still, she did. She was in the big play last year, but she's still she's a sophomore, right?
She's a sophomore.
That's still young, and there's a lot more opportunities out there.
So what would a studio show mean? What would that be? Like she's in like the workshop play?
Well,
is that what it
is?
When
at VCU, I was not a theater major, but I went and saw the plays, and there was the big shows that were in the auditorium with the proscenium, and then there was also almost like a 3/4 theater with a thrust stage, smaller
so like
theater,
a studio show.
and I'm thinking that must be what it's like. And you know what? Those are really cool because of a smaller venue. They're more intimate, and they
she's into it, and the whole deal with that line of work. If you're going to be an actress, you work as much as you can, and that's what she's doing. And I'm not discouraging it, although I have enlightened her as to the business of show, and especially the business of theater and acting, where rejection is the name of the game. And even the best of the best get constant rejection. But she's got a very thick skin, so I wish her the very best. The other person I wanted to congratulate, and Carla is off to a birthday party later this afternoon for my next door neighbor. God bless her, who is turning 90 years old.
Hey,
there you go. She doesn't listen, but I just thought I'd say that.
Can she listen?
Cool? Stop it. Stop it. I live with these people.
I know, but she might not hear it anyway. She's a lady?
She is a lady.
She's 90? Does she have a husband?
No, she does not.
Does she live on her own?
Yes, she does.
That's fantastic. At 90?
It's the kids come. Her children visit her occasionally.
And they're how are they doing? Because they're in their 70s.
It's fine, but it's it's fun, and I think she's a sweetheart, and we look in on her and look after her a little bit. So that's what we do.
That is very, very cool. I've got one of Big Daddy's siblings is still alive, and she's 95. And every time I go see her, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it's been this long since I've seen her. It's a treasure when someone is that age and I assume she's still with it, right? Good to talk to and stuff.
Yeah, she is. She's actually incredibly sharp and really funny. And my mom's very similar to my mom in that self-awareness where an old lady, I said, "How you doing?" For an old lady like me, that kind of thing. That's that. And when you're making jokes like that, you're still with it. And she's terrific. So I think it's just wonderful watching the relationship that she has with Carla. Carla, who is 19. And the relationship she has with our next door neighbor. So isn't it wonderful? Isn't life a wonderful thing? You've got the young and you've got the old and everything in between. And I'm just thrilled that my daughter is playing a slut on stage. That's going to be a lot of fun. So,
better on stage than
her words, not mine. So I don't know.
Best when it's just pretend.
Yeah, are you a hero in your household because your little angel has gotten her windfall this week? Has
Everybody
all
seems
things
very
been peaceful
happy.
with the
very,
kids back
very
to school?
happy. I got home and the kitchen was spotless.
Right.
The dog had been walked. The trash had been taken care of.
Anything you're going to do for Daddy? Does Daddy get anything this weekend? Anything special for Daddy at all?
I think Daddy is going to spend a lot of the weekend doing one of Daddy's favorite things, which is alphabetizing records. And they're going to let me do it.
Okay, Oscar, can you come back to the show as soon as you possibly can? Jesus Christ, I swear to God, I said to Carla, I am so exhausted this week. He's alphabetizing. Vanilla, thy name is Spiewak.
Oh,
my God, you're going to alphabetize record.
Biggest laugh.
You are a daredevil.
I think the biggest laugh that Carla ever got from me is when we had this was years ago, because before we were going to Jimmy's, I had a Super Bowl party and you guys were kind enough to come over. Right. And she said, "Rob, your basement is so nice. I really like the way you have your basement set up."
She did. She was impressed by the way you had your whole house laid out.
She said, "I looked at a couple of your DVDs and just sort of put them back wherever there was space. I hope you don't mind." And you said, my face dropped.
Yeah, you're getting to get. You're like in the movie Diner. For anybody that saw the old movie Diner, when he is courting the girl and she just wants to listen to records,
right?
And he's got them all alphabetized. And do you have your own system of alphabetization?
You see, I do, and I've gotten actually better. I used to put a small sticker on every 45 that had the chart information on it.
Note. I just want to make a note about this show. Though.
What show? This show.
We got to a point where I was talking to Rob about alphabet.
No. You see, we can move on, and it's fine.
FML.
And also SYH, shake your head. Because, but it's something
That's
that I
what
really
you.
enjoy.
That's what you're going to do this weekend.
And I'll also change out. You know what? This is sad. The jukebox still has Christmas songs in it. I need to change that out, and so I will do that as well. Oh yeah, and I'll drink.
Okay.
There's a football. There's a basketball game tomorrow. I'll go to that. I don't have to run the book.
All right.
And
That's terrific.
What? You're killing me.
No, you're killing me. You are killing me slowly and steadily, driving me into my grave. I am producing a program for entertainment value, and you are changing records in a jukebox and alphabetizing your CDs. Rofo, any chance of you getting laid this weekend?
100%.
Boy.
Wow! Wow!
Wow,
Who's the
there's
lucky
my
guy?
boy. There's my boy. When you're doing the chauffeuring for Jimmy's, if it's Rob or if it's me,
it'll be
what
Mike.
is your
it's you.
what is your
You're the boss.
What is your home? Thank you, buddy. What is your home base now? You're not in Manassas anymore.
I'm in Falls
correct?
Church, so that actually it works pretty well.
Weren't you in a certain house in Falls Church? Did you move to another house in Falls Church?
No, just the same house on Columbia Pike with Sergio, my roommate. Remember?
Well, he's
But
not really a roommate though.
Yeah, we don't really talk that much.
Is this the Indian folks that own the house?
No, that was the last place. That was out in Chantilly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
it? Where were they located?
Chantilly, Loudoun County.
So you have moved from Manassas to Chantilly to Falls Church now. So that's
Yes.
where you're based.
And
Yes.
And
where will you be staying when you're up here?
be staying with my mother-in-law as usual,
in Manassas, right?
which is lovely.
So when he says
The only thing about my mother-in-law when we stay in her condo,
Right.
is that it is. I've told this story before. It is 5 steps up, 5 flights up.
5 flights up, yeah.
Which, and no elevator. And, somebody said, oh, come on, Mike. Yeah, F you. You do it 150 times
And you
with
know
groceries.
what? After Jimmy's, not a great way to go.
It's just, I know she got a good deal, but I said, please, why does it have to be on the 5th floor? And it's on the top floor.
'Cause it's
Instead,
closer
I
to
didn't know.
heaven.
Rofo, did you know this? Because you've looked at apartments, right?
Okay, yeah.
I didn't know, and Pony, you know even better. They have actual, the standard, am I correct, about apartments that are 5 stories or less. They don't put elevators in there. Am I right about that?
Yeah, 5 is pretty much where you start seeing elevators.
Now, are these steps? Are they outside steps? Or are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the outside steps, and they're really. It's kind of surprising because you would think it would be concrete, but they're actually made of paper mache. No, they're made of wood decking. They're made of wood decking. And look, I am 55 years old.
You are.
I'm slightly larger than I was when I was a young athletic man. And to be honest with you, the 5 steps, God, I just like to say to all those immigrants in New York City at the turn of the century,
Yes.
really, boy, my heart goes out to you for dragging ice up those steps. Jesus.
Your thumping,
What a
enlarged, beating
hassle
heart.
That must have been.
Yeah.
That must have been terrible.
But the question I have for Rob Ford, and forgive me for being so local, when you said, I'm back in Falls Church now, so driving you won't be such a hassle, you realize the geography of going from Herndon to Manassas to Falls Church, that's rather V-shaped, right?
This is me not making a big deal about driving Mike because it's a pleasure to do so.
Yeah, you know what? Because we just from the very didn't you give me a ride the very first time you started working for the show?
No,
Didn't you do
I believe that was Josh.
Oh, that was Josh Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Same thing.
They all run together.
But Josh is nice, too.
No, look. I have to be honest about the adult beverage situation in my life here.
Right.
Yes, I have. I have an occasional cocktail now. I have stopped, but I'm no longer doing what I would do, which
The
would
binge.
be and that's why I'm urging the people that are coming out there. In the old days, perhaps there was much revelry and clear liquids being consumed out of shot glasses.
Right.
I'd just like to have a few beers. Watch the game with everybody
Have
and
a good
enjoy
time.
myself
That's right.
because I'm not sure it's I'm easing my way back into this. Not that I won't be fun and not that I won't be jealous like I am when I'm around you guys when I watch you guys having some pops, but it's going to be moderation.
You're making the transition from binge drinker to social drinker.
Yeah, and that remind me that when it's 2:00 Monday morning after the Super Bowl and I'm going, this is a super sucky game thing to play.
You know what? I think there's going to be Uncle Dave's pool will be what time will Mike say, I don't like the commercials. I don't like him.
I'm not going to hold the microphone during the game. We're going to take a break. And by the way, hey, this weekend, as far as you're concerned, Rob,
yes,
be careful.
all right, we'll take a break and come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show.
In one ear, I have a show so powerful it could entertain humanity for an eternity. Wow. In the other, I have a seashell.
Wow! The TMOS bonus show package is unedited funny.
You can't put funny in a seashell.
Get your TMOS bonus show package today at MikeOMaraShow.com. It's much funnier than this promo.
How could that be?
You know what, Marcus? I don't care because Marcus Serta is doing the work. Marcus Serta is the hardest working man in the world, and we appreciate the new promos. I'm giving him a round of applause for that.
And also,
Welcome back
Mike,
to the show. Yes, Rob.
a round of applause for Steve Mermelstein because that pisses off Marcus Serta.
Thank you very
Steve.
much. Hey, everybody, it's a new year, so why not resolve to make over your home? Out with the old, in with the new. Get a designer look on a budget with Blinds.com. Blinds.com offers blinds, shutters, draperies, and much more from top brands like Bally, Graber, Levalor, and Norman. That is on my bucket list right now. I have to grab my new blinds.
You got to do it because you're putting on his show.
Mr. O'Mara damaged the ones that I had, and I'm going to be calling Blinds.com.
Do it.
Sooner than later. I installed my own shutters in the kitchen. You know that. Their sure-fit guarantee means that installation is always a snap, even if you measure wrong. Blinds.com will send you free samples, so color selection is easy. Right now, Blinds.com is making it easier to keep your New Year's resolution, at least the in with the new part. Stick to your New Year's budget with 15 to 25% off popular products. Get geeky with cool remote control blinds and shades, and sleep better on the weekends with blackout shades and drapes. If you're not satisfied, there's always a 30-day money-back guarantee. Blinds.com, as seen in Mike O'Mara's kitchen.
News.
Boo. That's right, everybody. It's time for the news, and I sometimes really get caught up with this music. Here we go. Dustin Diamond.
Oh, Screech.
You know him?
Screech. Yeah.
He has pleaded not guilty to charges resulting from a bar fight Christmas evening in Wisconsin. He and his fiancée, Amanda Schutz, appeared in court Thursday morning.
Yeah.
The Saved by the Bell alum is accused of stabbing a man at the Grand Avenue Saloon after his fiancée became involved in an altercation. The man who was allegedly stabbed said he had shoved Diamond forcefully but didn't realize he had been cut until later. Diamond is 38. He entered the not guilty pleas to second-degree reckless endangering safety, a felony, and 2 misdemeanors. Schutz entered the same plea to misdemeanor disorderly conduct. So he's a hot mess.
And Diamond is a mess because, if you look at it, most of the kids from Saved by the Bell have gone on to do something.
Yes.
And all he's done is ride that Saved by the Bell crest.
Exactly.
And I don't like this guy. He's a bad
He's no
sort.
Mario Lopez, Rob.
Hey, he's no Elizabeth Berkley. Am I right?
Seattle Seahawks running back Marshawn Lynch was fined $20,000 for grabbing his crotch after scoring a touchdown last weekend. He
Why
was
are you
also
laughing, Pony?
It's just so stupid.
crotch grabbing is
This
fun.
guy's a dick.
He was also fined $11,000 for making a similar obscene gesture in a game last month.
You know, it
this
feels
is the guy
good.
that doesn't speak to the media either. He is a dick. I
It
agree with
feels
Rocco.
really good to do that, but it doesn't feel $11,000 good. So just relax.
He didn't seem to mind, but he was upset that a teammate, wide receiver Chris Matthews, was fined $11,000.
Now, is that the same guy from NBC?
No. Marshawn tweeted, quote, "I feel embarrassed to work for a particular organization that fined a teammate of mine for shaking my hand after a touchdown. I wonder if Chris knew where that hand had been." Am I right, fellas? Hey, there you go. No, but you know what, Marshawn? How much money are you making because you work in the that organization that you're embarrassed to work for? He is, boy, he really is, Rofo. He is. God, this is like this ought to be called the Dick Bowl.
He's too
I
shy
swear to God.
to talk to the media, and then he'll grab his dick on national TV.
What's the matter with
What the hell is wrong with you?
Budweiser's Why Don't We Just Pay an Adorable Puppy on Screen? I'm sorry, why don't we just put an adorable puppy on screen for 60 seconds and watch everyone ooh and ah Super Bowl ad was so successful, they're bringing the dog back this year. Yeah. This year, they're not even trying to hide how deliberately they're tugging at the heartstrings of America, because this year, in the Super Bowl ad, the puppy gets lost and has to be rescued by the Clydesdale he forged a perverse interspecies love connection with.
Wow. I hope.
Yes, sir.
You know what would be a very different commercial is if, God forbid, have you ever seen how big a Clydesdale is?
Oh, absolutely.
I hope he doesn't.
And not just their hooves. Am I right, fellas?
I hope he doesn't step on the puppy.
We watch the game at Jimmy's all the time, so it's very, very difficult to get the real subtle commercials,
right,
or commercials that require a lot of audio. So visually, I think that's not lost on the advertisers.
I think
too.
you're right.
They do a lot of visual stuff. So I mean, you'll see the puppy, and everybody will do the ooh and the ah. But I, of course, am rooting for slapstick, people falling over people, funny. And
do you DVR the game so you can watch the commercials later?
I will. I always seem to forget to do that, but I have a bad taste in my mouth with this year's game. I don't like the teams that are playing in it, and it just seems to me.
I have a bad taste always about the commercials, and I'll tell you why.
Right.
Is for many years I would do some sort of stupid radio promotion where they'd have me out at a Super Bowl event, and they'd say, "Well, when they go to commercial, we want you to do this giveaway."
Oh,
and
yeah.
so when they would turn the commercial audio, you would literally get boo, boo, and I'm just trying to give you presents.
When all you wanted to do was be home in your living room,
That's it.
alphabetizing your record
That's
collection.
all I wanted to do.
Paula Abdul is a reality show judge again. Yay!
Yay!
Hallelujah! She and who's this guy? Jason Derulo are joining.
He's a pop singer.
Okay, they're joining Nigel Lithgow. Or Lithgow at the judges table for season 12 of So You Think You Can Dance.
Ugh.
Is that so? That's the biggie, right? No, So You Think
Dancing with the
Stars is the big one.
Yeah,
so
that's
she's on
the Tom Bergeron show.
There's a new twist this time on So You Think You Can Dance: stage dancers versus street dancers.
Oh, which one,
I
Mike?
can't
Which are
wait.
you again?
Oh boy, can't wait to watch that. Paula is basically replacing longtime judge Mary Murphy. I never even watched this show. Does anybody watch this show?
I just wanted to say I'm replacing Mary Murphy.
I don't think even the potential of her being the hot mess on camera is worth tuning into that show.
No. This is a disaster.
Carrie Thompson is the principal at Woodland Middle School in Woodland, Washington. A 7th grade kid was having a severe asthma attack last month and didn't have his inhaler. But Carrie also has asthma and had her prescription inhaler on her.
Good.
She had to act fast, so she gave it to the kid. He used it. It stopped his asthma attack. In the process, it's quite possible she saved his life.
Fantastic.
So, naturally, the kid's parents thanked her by going to the cops to press charges against her for giving their son the inhaler without contacting them first.
I hate people.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about me. Me, others. Fortunately, common sense prevailed. The cops decided not to pursue criminal charges against Carrie. Carrie is so generous, and she's that, Rob.
It's something inherent with the name. All people named Carrie are great.
They said that even though what she did was against school policy and in a gray area legally, she did what she had to do in a moment to save the boy's life. I get the impression when I see a story like that and you just get that information that that's not the entire story. I would love to read more about what's
I would too,
going
but you
on
know what
with
this is like? This is like suing someone for breaking your rib when they're giving you the Heimlich maneuver. You know what? They're saving your life.
I believe that.
Send them a thank you note.
And now a little something. A guy in Dusseldorf, Germany. He was in court this week suing his former landlord over a peeing dispute. The guy always stood up when he peed, and little splashes of his pee would land on the marble tile floor.
Yes.
When he moved out, the landlord withheld $2,160 of his $3,400 security deposit to fix the, quote, urine-related damage on the floor.
Yeah, the URD, Mike.
The guy sued his landlord to get the rest of the security deposit back. Did I mention we're going to Jimmy's on the Super Bowl?
Stop it!
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
The landlord never warned him that his pee splashes could cause problems. Well, hold on a second. This is a residence, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, you clean your residence and you clean the area if there's a problem.
You do and I do, but not everybody does.
Well, guess what? The guy agreed with the peer. The judge said the landlord's argument makes sense, but, quote, urinating while standing up is still widespread, and men shouldn't have to, quote, worry about corrosion to the floor. Yeah. I'm with the landlord. If the guy was if there was damage done because the guy was peeing.
If he could produce documentation that showed it was $2,000 worth of damage. I mean, I think, you know what the amount of damage was? Probably a $3 box of Clorox wipes could fix that.
He ordered the landlord to pay back the rest of the deposit. The landlord accepted the decision, saying it's all water under the bridge. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, everybody. Hi, how you doing? Mike O'Mara, Shaky O'Mara. We'll take a break. We will come back with Rob Spiewak and the Magic Audio Vault on the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hi there, I'm Tony Perkins.
Hi there, I'm Judd Hirsch.
This week's episode of the show is called A Wedding, a Honeymoon, and Tony Danza.
Tony Danza on Broadway, Honeymoon in Vegas, great reviews.
Absolutely, and he's great on the show. You're going to love it. Also, Johnny Cash.
That's right, he stopped by.
Kind of. TonyPerkinsShow.com, that's where you can hear it. And don't forget to search The Tony Perkins Show and subscribe on iTunes.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. You know, everybody knows the best way to eat right is to go out, select your own groceries, and cook your own meals. But who has the time? Well, now you do. BlueApron.com makes it easy. BlueApron.com delivers fresh, locally sourced ingredients straight to your door, along with chef-designed recipes and amazing pre-portioned ingredients. The prep is a cinch with step-by-step recipe cards. Got them right over here. I keep them handy all the time. Aren't they pretty?
Oh, they're beautiful.
If you have us on Ustream and you can see the video cameras, you can see all the step-by-steps that they have. Yeah, I love it. I love it. This is for me. This is for me, absolutely.
You know what I had to do this morning? I had to clean out the refrigerator. I threw out like 3 wilted stalks of celery, half an onion, stuff I didn't get to. You don't have those leftover ingredients with this.
And
because
you
they
never
send you exactly the right amount.
And Rob's refrigerator never should have anything bad in it because it's all alphabetized. Anyway, every recipe is between 500 and 700 calories per serving, and you can enjoy healthy and balanced recipes that will impress everybody.
Yes.
From the novice. I'm sorry, the invoice. Enjoy healthy and balanced recipes that will impress everybody, from the invoice to the gourmet. No, that's novice, Mike O'Mara. Boy, that was really I wonder what happened inside the old cerebral cortex.
Yeah, it's called a stroke.
Blue Apron is offering our listeners 2 free meals in their first week's Boxo meals. Just pick your plan to enjoy this offer. $9.99 per meal for 2 people or $8.74 per meal for families. Just visit blueapron.com/TMOS and the offer will automatically be applied before checkout. That's blueapron.com/TMOS and bon appetit. Let's open up the audio vault for today. This is Friday, January 23rd, 2015. Rob Spiewak.
Mike, you have an extraordinary memory, and now I'm going to explain why this is the case. I apologize that yesterday I played a tape of Hoda and Kathy Lee that you remembered. I did not recall.
Well, listen, I think that's not fair, Rob, to you, because the fact is that there are things that I have done throughout my career. You generate the content we generate.
You forget
on a daily basis. It's going to happen.
But
periodically.
it troubled me that you remembered right away and I didn't. So I did a little research when I got home. I save every file that I've ever done as long as we've worked together. Do you know when I aired that tape?
When?
We were still on WJFK.
Oh,
that
my
aired
God.
on July 24th, 2008.
Wow.
There you go. Nearly 6 years
Wow.
ago. But I
Wow.
apologize, folks. If I can repeat a tape every 6 years, I wish that you would just let me do it.
And you archive things. I don't
I do.
archive anything.
I do.
You know why? And you know the reason I don't archive things? Because
Why?
Rob does. So I don't bother doing that. But, yeah, it happens once. That's amazing. Sometimes it's enough time has passed where we wouldn't remember it.
What's funny is I just get into my search and I type in Hoda and I hit space and I get like maybe 70 tapes. And then I scroll down and I look at the date and I said, wow, we had jobs then.
Yeah.
So,
Yay.
I wonder if this will piss you off the way it pisses me off. New Kids on the Block is touring. They're doing a show at Madison Square Garden, and they're calling the tour the main event, Mike, just like Frank Sinatra did. And
One of my favorite concerts ever, the main event with
great.
Frank Sinatra.
I think it was
Really
74, 73, 74. But they're touring. New Kids on the Block are touring with TLC and Nelly. And I did not buy VIP tickets for this one. I am not going to go see it. And to save you guys the money, here are all 3 artists playing at the same time. This is by DJ Earworm. It's actually pretty cool. So you've got Nelly and New Kids on the Block. So just think, in 45 seconds, I'm saving you an entire night at the theater.
Isn't it? I mean, I understand boy bands like the Four Seasons. You go back that far.
It goes back even yet to the
you can have a
Beatles
boy,
and
but
the
it's
Four
just something
Preps.
about a band called New Kids on the Block that are touring at 60 years old. It just seems a little
well,
weird.
it's like what I said about, when you asked me if I liked Fall Out Boy, I said no. And New Kids on the Block are the same thing. They represent music when I stopped listening to music.
Yeah.
They were the turning point, and they were horrible.
I really do. You ever? We never talk about this, and that's a whole subject on a show. But do
What's
you
that?
ever see the pendulum swinging back a little bit? It just seems like
I do, and here's why. I think we had a couple good years. The reason is that they're so easy now to produce music with computers and stuff in your home that a garage band is actually becoming another possibility.
Well, I hope
because in
so.
the 60s, hit records, anyone who had a tape recorder could make a record. But
I don't
now
go
you
into,
can really do it.
I don't go into details about it because I'll sound like an old fart that I am. But I really just hope, in general, I would love to see more innovation, more newness, not the sameness. Country radio, especially. I cannot listen to it because of the sameness.
Yeah,
every single artist, and so I pine for that. I really would love to see that.
And also, I want to see a little less focus on the vocalist and a little more focus on the music. I think that if we have more
melody,
music,
baby, the melody, baby.
You know who loves melody is Bill Belichick.
Let me just say that my balls are as bad as they can be: wet, sticky, cold, slippery, and that's the way it is. I think we all know that Tom's balls are something that he can talk about in much better detail than I could possibly provide.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind.
It doesn't matter. We can all laugh like 9-year-olds. It's funny.
And
still funny.
You need to know something about Tom Brady, Mike. Tom Brady, he doesn't know.
Well, I just wasn't obviously aware Monday morning of everything that had happened. I wasn't paying attention to what was happening at that time. Everyone's trying to figure out what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I didn't think anything of it. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I have no idea. If I don't know something, I don't know something.
That's right, Mike. If he doesn't know something, he doesn't know.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you very much.
They made a big deal and they paid her a lot of money. The View brought Rosie O'Donnell back in to be on The View, right?
Yeah, and The View's had horrible troubles, right?
Yeah.
They're talking about maybe even canceling
the entire run. And I think their overall numbers are behind The Talk, which is the ripoff show, the Sharon Osbourne show.
What? Now, I understand that, but I thought that show was solid when I guess they had Elizabeth Hasselbeck and are you telling me that they lose somebody like a Sherry Shepherd and their numbers go down?
I don't think it is overall. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Barbara's not there anymore. But I think it's also a sliding scale. I just think they're declining. But it's really bad when your cornerstone, your real pinch hitter, Rosie O'Donnell, goes to the commercial and doesn't call the show The View.
We're going to take a break and be right back with even more hot topics. This is The Talk. No, The View.
Oh, jeez. Now, that Rob, in fairness to her, they're saying that she was probably busting balls.
You think?
I don't know whether she was or she
When I
wasn't,
saw
but-
this little snippet, it looked like it was a screw up to me. I don't know. I love the woman. So
you know
I wish
what's
her
bad?
well.
They brought in a right winger that was actually brighter than Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
Exactly.
And it's kind of unfortunate. You know, I'm a big fan of Whoopi Goldberg's. But
Yeah.
Whoopi's had like a bad back, and I saw the fact that they brought that big clunky back chair on there.
Yes.
I can relate to that.
Oh,
but
it's sad. She looks like Mr. Potter.
Whoopi likes to be as comfy as possible.
She does. I think she likes
Absolutely.
slippers.
Whoopi, can we adjust your chair? Yeah, we understand your back problem. How you doing, Whoopi? Oh, okay, thank you, Whoopi. Appreciate it.
That's a lower back problem. I like Harrison Ford and I like Ron Howard. A lot of people forget they worked together on the movie American Graffiti. And Ron Howard told a very funny story about partying in a hotel with Harrison Ford.
Well, I was in the room one time, and they were, having some beers and stuff and kind of pitching them out the window and laughing. And my little white 1970 VW Bug was right in the way. And so I actually said, hey, guys, hilarious. So funny the way you're throwing them. But I just like to go out and move my car. Would you just let me move my car out of the way? Yeah. And they said, sure. So I went walking down. I'm kind of hurrying along, and all of a sudden, a bottle breaks at my feet, and they dance, Opie, dance!
Can you imagine Harrison Ford throwing a beer bottle at you?
Does Harrison Ford, when he's ever on an award show, especially the Golden Globes, and they always seem to trot him out on the Golden Globes, he looks S-faced when he comes on those
I
award
think
shows.
I think he does have a few pops, but I think it's also nerves. He is not good on talk shows. He's horrible on talk shows, and because of that, he's great on talk shows. Yeah, I know.
Thank you very much.
And so I'm gonna have a drink with Harrison Ford. That's your Magic Audio Vault.
Oh, that's it.
That's
Okay,
it.
thank you
Have a
very
great
much.
weekend,
All right.
everybody.
Thank you very much. That's it. Another Mike O'Mara show is come and gone. Be sure to join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you wish to correspond with our show, ladies and gentlemen, Send a letter or package to TMOS, Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia 20177 to get your message or birthday request into the Wednesday mailbag. Email rob@MikeO'MaraShow.com. We rely on your word of mouth. Tell a friend or family member about TMOS and make sure they get it too. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us again for another episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. Bye-bye, everybody.
Oscar's back on Monday. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
This is good news, people.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.